this new? That's your. We're gonna.
We're live.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Dawn. And hi, everybody. And hi,
And
Katie.
Look at, we have Peggy
And
here
Peggy.
today. She's going to be doing another one of her amazing demos. And look who else we have here.
Good morning.
Katie, do you know how many people asked me where you were on Friday?
Oh, well, that was very kind of them. Thanks for missing me.
Everybody wanted Katie's autograph. And they wanted their picture taken with you.
Well, let's do it again.
Katie's mom showed up,
My mom
so
did
that was
come
the
and
closest.
She's going to wear a name tag that says, "Hi, I'm Katie's
Well,
mom."
she should have. She should have. She would have been very popular. Very popular. Well, I'm going to turn the phone over to Katie.
I will do it the right way.
And we
Do
have
yourself too, Katie, if you want.
we have so many people to thank for coming to our barbecue on Friday. And first of all of you wonderful customers that were here on Friday. Here.
Get together.
We had so much fun,
did.
and thank you for coming out and helping us celebrate and having some brats and hamburgers with us and just joining in the fun. It was
Helping us celebrate. And yesterday, Dawn, I told people that, my quote is it's the people that make the party.
Yes.
And then I said we had a great party, and I think that said it all.
We did.
So.
But Laura and
Thanks for the
Julie
banner.
pulled up in their little car and put the hatch up and then had this hanging from it.
And she had a coordinating name tag also with the big
Yes,
mom.
great big pom pom. Like she said when she was in high school, she never got a pom pom corsage. And so she made herself one.
So how many people remember those great big mums? At my school, they were cream colored or white. I never got one either.
Yeah.
But
either.
I don't know. And then didn't they have something in the middle of them, or I don't know?
They would put a football or
or
something
something.
in the middle.
So
So that was pretty cute.
So this was super nice, and in our company colors too.
Yes,
This is our logo.
yes. And then Jeff Pearson, Jeff and Virginia Pearson, it was their birthday, and they brought a box of Dutch letters because we've been talking about them on the video.
And I didn't know they had a whole box. I thought they just had a few.
No,
so
they
that
had a
was-
whole box of Dutch letters, and he was cutting them up on his little cutting board and then was walking
Serving
around
them.
and having
Would you
everybody.
like a Dutch letter?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Did you say one for me, Dawn?
I'm
Yes.
sorry we ate them all.
Yes, Katie, of course. They
But
were good.
So, because there's a lot of people that don't know what Dutch letters are, and so that was like so cute. That was so cute. And then
you're gonna show the-
Joanne gave us some
And Joanne,
flowers.
we missed you
Yeah,
Friday.
we missed
So
you.
we're
We haven't
sorry
seen
you couldn't
you
come,
yet.
but we love the flowers.
Very sweet.
Oh my goodness.
Very sweet. And then Katie, we couldn't wait for you to get back and see this. We were cracking up laughing. And every day I think about this, I'm still laughing. Because Lisa made us this bus.
The rhombus.
The rhombus. And look at it, even has happy up here. And then rhombus on that side. And look at the
I
bling.
like the bling on it.
And
That's
20.
really fun.
And then memory bound. And then it's got puppy stickers in it instead of puffy stickers.
That was
That was really,
That was
really
Maggie.
clever.
Maggie,
I
our
wonder
good
if
friend.
Maggie's watching.
Well, Maggie is in the East Coast, I
Okay.
believe, Maggie.
We're
so
going to
if
save
you're,
it and show her, though.
if you are watching, can people hear you? I'm not sure.
That's okay.
But Maggie, if you are watching, here is your puppy stickers, not puffy stickers.
She did come into Memory Bound that day
Yeah.
looking for puppy stickers.
Yeah.
And it took us a while to figure out that she meant puppy stickers.
Yeah, well, you guys talked about them today on the video. Yeah.
So
That
there's
was
always a joke around here.
yes. So I guess, and then this
We wanna
awesome
zoom in on this,
sign.
Katie.
Yeah, that is
Melissa
just,
brought this.
and all the notes that everybody wrote on there. So thank you if you took time out of your day to write notes on
And
here.
we read each and every one of
They're
them.
really, really
Very
sweet.
sweet.
So
cool.
so many fun things from last Friday. It just
There's
is.
bees and look, it has a gnome.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, she
And
did a
nothing
really
between
cool
his
job.
legs.
She did a really cool job.
Katie, did
gonna
you know
glaze
that
over
the
that one.
world's largest gnome is just north of us in Ryman Gardens? I was there yesterday on a field
It's, what,
trip.
20 minutes from the store, maybe?
Yes, so with the
Maybe we should
grandkids
go
yesterday.
we should go, like, what do you...
On
like,
a field
On a
trip.
fild trip, but on site, or what do they call that in the real shows?
Yes, we do need to. It was. Oh no! Oh
Here,
my
do it
gosh!
again. I'll put my microphone there.
What? Oh!
Here.
Round and round.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you guys, I have to tell them how Don spent all this time changing the batteries in the bus.
I did.
And still didn't work.
Well-
Couldn't figure it out. Katie, what did you press?
The grill on the bus.
Katie, how did you know that? Is that because you were a
Lois told
teacher?
me to do it.
Oh,
Here we go. It's like Mr. Rogers.
Oh, it keeps going as you let it roll it.
where's the microphone? I want to make sure I'm getting it.
Katie's back.
It says 1 to 2 on the front. Is that for ages 1 to 2 or?
No, that's the number of your bus.
1, 2.
ages.
All right.
1, 2. Oh my gosh, Morgan's gonna have to come up and.
Oh my gosh.
I expected
Dawn had a lot of trouble figuring this out.
I did because I thought when I put batteries in it and I turned it on, it would go.
And you know what? She even had to get a screwdriver to change the batteries, so it took a lot of effort.
And Lisa
What
probably.
do you remember with batteries?
Yeah.
Those
yeah.
other batteries are probably
We
still
need to
good.
put like a fishing line on it. And then
Yes, and pull it.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. We'll do
Yeah.
that. We'll do that. Well,
All right. Well,
well,
Thank you, Lois. That's like the
I guess
best.
that
Yes.
I can see Katie's really enjoying it, but she was a
yeah.
teacher.
Oh, here, Katie, I shut it off. We
Oh.
don't want to waste the batteries.
Oh,
Here we
okay.
go.
Good thing.
Here we go.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! It's making.
Kelly's like, okay.
It doesn't
Oh,
take a lot
here.
to entertain people.
Oh my gosh!
That's the Mary Valkyrie song.
For sure, for sure.
Cocomelon.
Oh my gosh!
All right. Well, Dawn,
Okay.
did we catch all the thank yous?
Well, I'm sure we forgot some people, but just know that we really appreciated everything on Friday. It was just amazing. Hy-Vee did a
Showing
wonderful
up.
job.
Yeah, they did. It was
and
great.
We just appreciate every one of
And
you.
our husbands. I think we need to give a shout out. I'm sure they're both glued to the screen right now watching our video. But really, they were here early. They set up. They were
Very
here the
early.
whole time. They cleaned up. So thank you, Doug and Dennis.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Mwah.
All right, you guys need to everybody clap for Dawn and Kelly.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah. All right. All right. Well,
So should
I'm-
we show product
Yes.
now?
Let's
All
show
right.
product.
Okay,
Thank
there
you,
go.
Katie.
You're welcome.
Well, Dawn,
Have
before
fun.
we get started, I always just like to show a little bit about what we did yesterday in case somebody missed out. And Teresa was here, and she had that cutting plate from Photo Play, leafy frame, and she actually cut this one out for us. But here are her cards. And it's kind of cool because Peggy is using some of the same product today.
Yeah. Woohoo.
So you'll be able to see this product used in scrapbooking also, the lemon twist.
Awesome.
And Teresa is kind of known for her beverages, so she included a beverage.
You bring the zest.
And she's got the new stamp from Tim Holtz with a silver frame.
Cute cards.
So thank you, Teresa. And
Yes.
this one's got lots of stamping on it along with the pieces. And then we did get some fun new die cuts, and these are going to be online under food and beverage, I believe it is.
baking.
This is $3.99 for the Bon Appetit chef hat. And this one's $3.29.
So if you got a little chef in your house,
Yeah.
that would be a fun title for your page.
Look at the chocolate bars.
That's
this one's
really cute.
$4.99, and then we've got individual chocolate pieces for $3.99. Look at all the layers in that.
Yeah, they're really
It's
cute.
amazing, amazing, amazing. They do a great job. Should we show this last? Is that okay?
Oh, okay.
That's something we've been pretty excited about, but we got a lot of other good things too. And for our Cubs fans, I think there's more than one. We did get in the Cubs Pride kit that's got all these papers.
So all you Cub
the
fans
Cubs.
out there.
And then we got in lots of individual papers, like here's pickleball. And I've been hearing people talk about pickleball, and I think, didn't Des Moines or someplace just get some pickleball
Yeah,
courts?
so did the country club here in Ankeny.
Maybe that's
Just
what I'm thinking of.
New courts.
Janine was excited to see this. She's a real photographer that works here. So we've got that. And then we got some sports, team softball. And wait for the back. Nice and bright, just like a softball.
That's cool.
And these are all online under sports, themes, and sports. Oh, how do you like the back of that
Yeah,
one,
that's
Dawn?
great. That's beautiful. Yes.
Or themes in school. And this one was not online before, so now we have this nice preschool paper.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh.
And there's a back. And we've got kindergarten with the ruler along the bottom. And then the ruler continues on the back, which is kind of neat. You could get two and put them together.
So we have this now from preschool up to senior, and then same here. We have preschool up to senior year in that line too.
And then CrossFit. And look at this side.
Oh,
Love it.
that's fun.
I know a lot of people are doing CrossFit. And we have volleyball. And again, CrossFit is under other sports, but volleyball would be a volleyball section in itself. And then we have the 10K race day with a nice kind of yellow. And
It looked like Joanne just signed on, and Joanne, I hope
Oh,
you
Joanne.
see these flowers
Joanne,
here.
thank you so much.
Yeah, that was really
They're
sweet.
beautiful. I love these little
Silver
flappy
dollar
things.
eucalyptus. Very fun.
Okay, I'm looking
back
for
to
a
our
I
papers.
don't know that I have a transition for that. I don't. I'm going to go into deer hunting.
Okay.
And we've got, I guess that's
A
a
scope.
Life is better deer hunting. We've got Civil War. So if you're doing a project maybe, or you visited a Civil War place, that would be really great. Czech Republic. And I
You're
was
doing
just at,
Olympics. Maybe you might want
Yeah.
something for the Czech Republic.
you might, or if you were like me and you were in Cedar Rapids and you went to the Czech Village,
There you
you
go.
could just maybe take off Republic.
You could put a picture over it.
And we have the goat paper.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Really cute little goats. Maybe if you're at the zoo.
State Fair. Oh
We have
yeah, the
several
Omaha Zoo has goats.
And we have several map papers. And this one says, I love the USA on the back. That'd be another good Olympic one.
It would.
And then
Mount
we've got
Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore. And another one for South Dakota. I know that's a big vacation spot. And this would be a great front page of your scrapbook.
Good idea.
And we got more maps. Some people like to put this in a travel album and then they put little marks of where
Yes,
they've been.
and their route that they took.
And here's another map paper. Thank you, Kim, for requesting a map paper.
Mm-hmm.
Now this one, if you were learning your state capitals, remember how kids have to do that in elementary school, Dawn? They're all on here. You could make a placemat and quiz them at dinner.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's really
we had
fun.
a placemat like that when our kids were young. Okay, and then we've got the county fair paper. And another county fair.
Lori says she wishes there was an Olympic sport for shop fit.
Don't you wish you could burn
That's hilarious.
calories by scrapbooking or crafting?
Yes. Keep
and
your
eat,
legs
and
moving.
eat
I
all you
guess.
want. This is another collection, like Dawn mentioned with the school, that we have for most all the birthday years.
Yeah. 1 through
1 to
21, and then 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90.
And here's a Czech Republic sticker. And we do have a Czech Republic category. And look at this county fair.
That's so cute.
And then, speaking of fairs, we've got 2 new papers for the Iowa State Fair. One's got the cute little animals on it, and then the other one has the Iowa State Fair and Nothing Compares.
Awesome.
So those are really fun. Again, from the same company, we've got some good military. We've been getting a lot of requests for military.
Oh,
And
Denise,
this
that's
is
a
Army.
great idea. She said to use Nouveau drops on the map to show where you've been.
Yes. There's Air Force. And we've got Marines.
Julie said when her group scraps, they have 2-hour feedings.
Oh my gosh.
That's the kind of crap I want to go to.
And look at the Thanksgiving. We get lots of requests for Thanksgiving
There's
stickers,
never
and there's
much
not
out
very
there.
much.
So this is a great one for those of you who do school projects, homeschooling. I like that
A
sticker.
layout.
Yes.
Then, where's the rest of this stuff?
It's probably
It's not
on
here.
the rack.
It's not here. Okay, we got a little bit more in from Photoplay, and one of them is this amazing card kit. You makes 8 cards like their other kits. I'll flip it over so you can see the stickers.
Very, very neat.
They're layered. They've got punch outs. You can use foam dots. You just add, maybe if you want the twine, you add twine in envelopes. And then with this, you can buy an extra sticker sheet and make 8 more cards if you have card bases.
Because there's enough
They give you like double the paper.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very nice. It's $12.99 for 8 cards. Love it, love it.
Vicki, the original Misty is on order, but it is on back order
Yeah.
from My Sweet Petunia. They were making some changes, and the factory, let's see, they were supposed to be finished the end of June and then get on a boat to come over
Get
here.
on a boat. That sounds funny, Dawn.
But
like they're
she
going-
didn't know
taking a trip.
really when they were going to be in the United States and available
Hopefully
to ship.
soon, because that's the best tool ever. It
It
really
is.
is the most, what's most misty.
Stamping
Most-
invention, most innovative stamping invention
Okay.
ever,
It's the
something
Misty,
like
and
that.
It's really great, and we love it. Now, Dawn, we have 2 kits left from last Saturday's Spellbinders class. Look at, you get a whole spool of ribbon, and it's with Susan Tierney, and she is the crazy inventor, amazing inventor, I should say, of the dimensional stickers. And you
Dimensional flowers.
Or flowers, thank you. And so you get some die cuts, you get dies, you get stickers, you get the paper, and then you can go on Facebook and watch her class so you can see how she does it. And we got lots of good reviews on it, and I don't really know how much it is now. It's online under classes. Is it 40?
$49.99, or you think it was only 40?
I don't know, because we had 2 classes and I get them mixed up. All right, then, so go online and go to classes and you'll see that class. And Diana took it and she loved it, and I had a couple other customers call. One customer called and said she wants all the dies that Susan showed. So you know that means it was a pretty good class.
Denise says the boat needs a map to memory bound.
Oh, yeah. We need to have our logo right there in the middle of Iowa.
Yes.
Okay, look at this neat paper. I love this Santa belt buckle.
That is going to be so fun.
I love it. And then the back is kind of a black pattern. But wait, there's another coordinating paper, so you could make a double page layout. And look at the plaid on the back of that. I love that bright green.
That plaid is amazing.
But wait, there's more. It's not a set of steak knives either. There is a set of ephemera.
Did you know Ron Popeil passed away just this
No.
past week, I believe?
No, I did not know that.
He is the inventor of But Wait, There's More.
Oh my gosh, no, I did not know that, Dawn. You just know a lot of information.
It was on TV. Dennis told me.
Okay, good to know. Anyhow, I'm really sorry about that, because I like to use that phrase a lot.
I know.
But
I
the
know.
ephemera, even so, the ephemera does match the plaid perfectly, or the red. And look at the pieces. I took these home last night, Dawn. I had to
Yeah,
have
they're
them.
really cute. Very, very cute.
And then there's also a Santa sticker. And there's 2 sheets to this, and they also match that plaid. Pretty cool. And let's see, is this the same one?
No, I think that's a
Oh
different
my
one.
gosh, I hope I got this one
Yeah,
too.
you better get them both,
Here's
Kelly.
another package of ephemera, and it's got a little letter to Santa. It's super cute. Oh my gosh. Look at how big that Santa is. It's good for a layout.
That would be.
Then there are 2 items for Christmas baking. There's a sticker sheet. Oh my gosh, I'm having trouble with my microphone.
Yes, I can't
falling off.
imagine pants made with that plaid. That would be so awesome. Christmas party pants.
Dashing through the dough, that's my favorite.
That is
we are
really
also random
cute.
here, aren't we?
Today
And
is
the-
a hot chocolate kind of day. Yeah, that's a great
I think
sticker.
those are really fun. And then here is the ephemera, and they're big too. Look at that big gingerbread house. And I took these home too, Dawn.
Yeah,
and the
that's a good
mixer.
one.
It's got the mixer, the apron. Dawn and I used to live on Gingerbread Lane, so these have very special meanings to
Well,
us.
and then just look at the images, the rolling
Baking
pin.
Spirits Bride,
Yeah,
Christmas
really
baking crew.
very good.
All right, so that's the baking.
Okay.
Now we're going to hop over to fall and autumn greetings from Photo Play, and this is the collection pack. I'll flip it over so you can see the stickers, and then we can show the papers.
This is a very cool line. I love the colors.
I like the teal and the green. We just showed you the sticker, so you can get just the sticker if you
I'm
want.
going to need that sweater here in about a month.
I'm surprised you're not wearing it today since it's only going to be 80 today. Okay, then I want to show that one last. And we have the coloring sheet. Oh my gosh.
I have to attach
Okay.
it to here.
We have the coloring sheet, and then the back has leaves. And these are fun to put on the front of a card, and you can color them, or the recipient can color them, kids can color them, mail them to grandma and grandpa. And then look at the papers. Let me flip back. I'm back to that eye doctor thing again, Dawn.
Kelly,
A
I
or
had
B?
one of our customers on Friday. She just said how much she appreciated us because I said, do you guys want to see all the new stuff up close? And she said, absolutely, because those of us who don't live close by and have to shop online, she said they don't know what things look like. And she really appreciated us showing
Well, that's
stuff
good to
up
know,
close.
because I don't know.
I know, same. I'm like, oh, do
Dawn,
we
my
spend
mom's
too much
moving
time?
here soon, and she's
And
going to make us pies.
I hope so. I can hardly
I don't
wait,
know if
Anne,
she's
for you to
watching
get
today,
here.
But that's oh, we showed this one. We got a duplicate.
Pumpkin, apple, cherry, we like it all.
There's another diagonal.
I
plaid.
love that plaid. Let me just pull back a little bit. Look at that plaid, you
It's
guys.
called lumberjack.
With the green and the blue. It's kind of a slate blue and orange, rust. Oh, I love it.
Then we've got fruit baskets,
Beautiful.
and then we have a stamp set and a die that goes with it. Autumn
Okay.
greetings, and then we have the die cut paper. So if you're getting the die, you should pick up a piece or two of this paper because the die fits all of these images, and they even have titles you can cut out for your cards.
Lots of hearts. And
So-
Diana says this would be great for cooking with grandma pictures. I love it.
It would be. And here's a stencil with some leaves.
Yeah, that you got to have a
And
leaf
then
stencil.
I always save the best for last. I don't always, but I do this time because I do love this stuff.
Oh, thank you, everybody. They do like seeing the products
Well,
up
that's
close.
good because
so
sometimes Dawn and I don't know if we should hurry, like we need to hurry and get through everything and get you where you're going.
I would call this more of a slate blue. Maybe
It's
it looks
very gray. Is that what? It's a grayish blue. Is that what slate is?
Yeah, yeah. Well, Lori asked, is it gray or blue? And I'm like, oh, I think it's slate blue. And then Kelly goes, it's gray.
Well, it's a grayish blue, which is slate. So I'm just trying to describe
I
it better.
I would call this gray, but maybe that
I would call
line
that
in
green.
that.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, don't rely on us.
No, that's why I like it because the colors are softer.
Yeah, it's
They're
it's
not
a
your
really
bright
cool
oranges,
line. It's
and
a really
that's
cool line.
like an accent color.
Okay, we've got one more collection to show before we get to Peggy. And Peggy, as you
Peggy,
know,
thanks for waiting.
has an amazing demo every time she's here. Everybody just loves what she shows. Oh, right. Okay.
Well, everybody has loved the frames that Diane used in her Christmas book and other ones, and they've got 49 in Market has 3 new frames. 2 of them are stitched and 1 is not.
And those are real stitches.
It's real stitching. We should have saved this. It's a transition for Peggy. So they come rectangle and they come square. And you get 4 frames and you get 2 journaling pieces inside. I think that's kind of like the inside of the frame. And I don't know the price of those. And then here's their other new item, the whitewashed chipboard frames.
The new stuff. Diane just put it out this morning for them to price. So
And you're
we
getting
grabbed
12,
it and brought it over
12
here.
of these frames. I think they'd be really nice inked up a little bit. Mm-hmm. Lots of different sizes.
Diane wants to run stitching on them.
Well,
she thinks that. And here we
the
go.
perfect day for it.
We've got the person over there going to show us.
Okay, so this is Vintage Artistry, Peace and Joy. And we've been terribly excited about it.
Oh, you need to open that up because they need to see the.
Okay. The lasers.
Thank you. That's the word I was
in the
looking
paper
for.
packs for this collection or this brand, they always have 2 sheets of laser cuts. And I'm going to pull them out here. Well, just show everything.
You know how much we love 49 in Market here.
I personally love these colors because teal and blue are like my favorites.
Look at that. Oh my gosh.
I don't want them to fall apart. But,
Yeah, I know. Oh, well, if it does, this is my pack.
Okay.
So you just bring them right out.
Okay, and here's the other sheet.
Oh my
And
gosh.
these are like punch outs. They've been cut with a laser, and we've used them on other projects. Not these, but other ones from this company. And we discovered that accidentally with the Christmas line last year, didn't we, Dawn?
Yes. Kelly, do you know where the stamp Scrapbook Customs Christmas stuff is online?
I think it's just in Christmas.
Okay, Donna, it's in Christmas. And the brand was Scrapbook Customs.
Okay, look at this. If you had two of these run together, you could have a really nice 2-page layout.
Good idea.
It's kind of a watercolor.
Mm-hmm. I love this. Look at, it's got cardinals. It's got cardinals in it.
See
It's
if you
so
add
pretty.
your accents to it, how nice that is.
Mm-hmm. It's
And
beautiful.
then the back is a green.
Lots of hearts, lots of hearts.
Well, we ordered a lot of it. It's filling the receiving room right now.
It's so pretty. I just can't wait to see somebody make this with one of the 49 in Market albums.
Wait till you see the back of this.
Yeah, Diane really liked this because up close
a
looks
little
like
doily
doilies
and
and
stitching.
sewing. Mm-hmm.
We're showing this slow because we think it's pretty cool. I think this is another one. If you took another sheet, you could put this pine cone in the opposite corner and have your layout ready to go. There's a red, kind of a fabric looking. Another
Isn't
beautiful.
that beautiful? You could just do a big picture in the center of that.
I don't think all the, oh yeah. And then this is the
The cover.
package, but look at, they've made you a piece of
Gave you
paper.
another
And
bonus
we've
sheet.
actually had people cut up these little squares and use them in their projects.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yes, it would work on, definitely.
Very cool.
Okay, so I think we showed all the paper.
Yes.
So then the same thing comes in an 8x8, or I'm sorry, 6x8, but it's not the same, is it? It's got all these little things. Do I need to open this?
It's got new stuff.
Yeah, it's got words.
Okay, so what Peggy just said was cut apart your front and then turn it into something like this. Oh my gosh, Peggy, I can't wait for you to share that with us. Whew, fun. That looks amazing. All right, Kelly.
Okay, Dawn,
let's
so
see
I've
what you got
opened this
here.
up. This is the 6x8 pack, so it's going to have your 2 pages of laser cuts.
Or 3.
Oh, you're right.
Or maybe,
Oh,
4.
Well, I was wrong about that.
Wow.
Let's show some of the paper.
Or maybe that one has extras.
Here's the cut apart.
Cool.
And, oh, here's another cut apart.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
That's really
gosh.
pretty colors.
That's beautiful.
So it looks like some of these are a lot of the same, just smaller, other than the cut aparts.
Yeah, very
So,
nice.
Nice album coming out of that, I bet. All right, so then we also have the bubbles and trinkets.
These are really fun. I hope you guys can see those. They're beautiful.
So they're the epoxies
Mm-hmm.
and the rub-ons. We better flip through
Yeah,
these.
you guys show all the pages. Because everybody's going to want that. You might just need 2 packages just for that page alone. Oh my gosh, Diane was crazy for that. Because she could see those being all used in your Christmas journals, all those words.
So this has got your 6 pages of rub-ons.
Very nice. Very nice. You might have
then-
to open that up too.
All right. I'll clean up after you move on to Peggy. Yes, we do need to open this. I just love the stripes on the package. I can't help myself for that.
All right, Peggy, you're on deck. One last thing. We're coming over. Look at the packaging. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
that's
I
what
want the
just said.
packaging.
I love the stripes.
They do that because you can use that packaging.
Absolutely, you
You can use it for
that.
a lot of things. Look at the frames, Dawn. They got little tickets you can punch out.
Oh my!
Lots of little
Look at-
tires.
Wow, lots
One
of
these are
hearts.
gonna
Lots
be-
of hearts.
One of these is going to be put in my bag real soon here. Peggy's getting it too.
Oh,
There's some
and
little
Cindy,
boots.
I can see using Cindy's junk journal ephemeral organizer and putting all of that in there and keeping it organized.
Tags,
Wow,
There's
look at all the
just
little words. Holy smokes.
titles.
You are simply the cheeriest.
You are, Dawn. That is true. Very true.
Oh my gosh.
There's a little postcard, little slides, another postcard, happy holidays, season's best.
Wow.
Very, very fun. Very
All
cool.
right, there you go. And that
You
is
saw
the
it here
49
first.
in Market, and it's called
Peace,
Peace
and Joy.
and Joy. Thank you.
It's
I was about to
online
say
under
bread.
bread?
I was about to say bread. I'm like, what is that? Peace and joy. Peace and joy. Okay, thank you,
All
Kelly,
right.
for
Oh,
that.
here, let me take the microphone over to Peggy.
All right.
Peggy,
Here
thanks
we
for
go.
being here today. I've already looked at her stuff and I'm amazed.
Oh my goodness, look at that right there that she's doing. Wow. Well, it all looks so, so nice. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
All right.
Today we're going to talk about hand stitching on layouts, our cards, our projects, anything. As you can see with my projects here, I do a lot of stitching on my layouts, and I kind of caught the bug a couple years ago, and I just
Now, was this
continue
all
doing it.
hand stitched too?
It's all hand stitched.
Holy
Yep.
smokes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's,
Yep.
oh, and here's another
All the way around
layout.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah, we can go through that first if you want to.
Oh, well, you start wherever you want
We'll
to.
start here. We'll
Okay.
start here. So if you're going to hand stitch on your layout, I think the best way to start is just using straight lines until you get a real feel for it. So I'm going to kind of go over how to do that and how to get started with that. The tools that you need, the Tim Holtz ruler, and this is the best ruler to use, I think, because it does have the 1/8 inch markings on it, and it has holes in it too, if you'd like to use it that way. You need to have a paper piercer.
Okay.
Again, Tim Holtz is a great one for that. And then you need a little bit of a foam board
Okay.
to go into, because you're going to be punching all the way through the paper, and you need to have that as a cushion. So the first thing you do is just draw light pencil line for where you're going to place your stitching. So on this one I have my pencil line drawn all the way around it. Then you're going to take your ruler and you're going to line it up with the pencil line, and I like to just lay my ruler next to it. Sometimes you can, put the holes that are in the ruler along that line, but I have found that sometimes the ruler slips on me and I don't get a straight line. So trial and error has taught me to put my ruler here. And you always want to start at a corner, because
Okay.
you want to make sure that your stitches are even all the way across. So you want to start at the corner, and what I usually do is just a real light little poke. I don't go very far, and then I mark every 1/8 of an inch, so every marking on the ruler, and I'm going to go right along my pencil line. And when you get all the way across the row there, then I'm going to take my piercer again, and then I'm going to make the real holes and go all the way through, because this is where my stitching is going to go. So that's really how close your stitches are on it.
Awesome.
So when I do this page, I'll go all the way around and punch the holes first,
Okay.
before I start with my needle and thread.
Okay.
The next step would be with the needle and thread. You've already decided where you're going with your stitching lines, then you go with your needle and thread. And I have to give Kelly a big thank you, because she did thread my needle for me today when I got here, because I'm wearing my contacts and I can't see so well. So,
I get that.
so anyhow, this is one that I've just started here while the video's been going, and it's just a little line up to the B. So be kind, and a little line up to the B.
So how did you draw that? You just
With a pencil.
Just
Just
pencil
my
random
drawing.
drawing.
Yep,
Okay.
uh-huh.
All right.
And then on this one, because it's a curved line, I can't really use my ruler.
Right.
So you kind of just have to eyeball it.
Okay.
And go every 1/8 inch. And as you get going on it, it gets a lot easier to figure out where your 1/8 inches are.
Sure.
Now this one has kind of a tight little curve here, and you'll see that these stitches are not 1/8 of an inch apart. They're much closer than that. So anytime you do a curve or a circle or anything like that, in order to get that rounded look to it, you have to make your stitches a little bit tighter, a little bit closer. Otherwise, if you make them too big, then it's going to look more like string art.
Oh,
rather than the
sure.
curved
Yeah,
line.
you don't want that. Okay.
So that's kind of how it goes. So to start it, you just take your tape runner or whatever you want to use, and whoopsie. And you just run a little bit of adhesive and then lay your thread down on it.
To hold your strings.
Yep.
Okay.
And then what I usually do is put a little bit of washi tape on that.
That's a good
because
idea.
if I'm doing a layout and I have the stitching, I don't want that adhesive sticking to the layout that's behind it in the album. So I just put that over there, and a great use for washi tape, and it looks kind of pretty. So then I would come up with my thread and go through my pierced holes. You can either use a running stitch or a back stitch, and that's really personal preference. I use a back stitch because I just think it covers more and I don't split my threads so much.
Okay. So before you do that, you're using I think you told us 3 strands of just embroidery floss.
Yep.
Okay.
And I just separate them out, thread the needle, and start going.
Okay.
I like DMC floss because I think it separates a little bit better. That's just personal preference too.
Okay.
And then
And before you go, there's still asking questions about this.
Sure.
Life is made of small moments like this. Do you know what is that? Did you print that on there? Oh, she cut it out and put it on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so she cut out this phrase and just put it on. It's just a piece of natural cardstock. And yeah, that's really sweet.
This last year, and I think that one kind of points to it too. This past year, for Christmas, my kids gave me the gift of a monthly family meal. And so it's really kind of nice. We go to my son's house in Lenox or my daughter's house in Grimes, or they come to our house in Madrid. And whoever house it's at, they do all the cooking. So all I have to do is show up. And I love it. It's wonderful.
What a fun gift.
And as part of that gift as well is they know that we take a family picture every month. And so I was most excited about that because then I get to kind of see my grandkids growing every month.
Oh my gosh, what a fun.
And the other nice thing about it is my mom, I always make a calendar for her for Christmas every year. So when we get to December this year, I'm going to have all 12 pictures of all the family together.
That is
each month. So that's going to make it a lot easier. So.
Oh my gosh, what a special gift that was.
Yes.
I love that.
I just thought it was a great thing. I loved it.
Very sweet, and what a great idea. I'm going to be telling my kids that.
Tell them, get their cookbooks out.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep. So anyhow, you do your stitching, you come, like I said, I like to do a back stitch, so I'm going to go to that hole and then come back to the hole that I've already gone through. And then I used to be a cross stitcher, so usually I'm better at this.
So you go 2 holes over.
2 holes over.
Back 1.
And then 1 back, yep.
2 holes over.
And back 1.
Back 1. Okay, that's the back stitching part.
The running stitch would be, I would come up through that hole that I was in before. And I would go forward.
All right.
And then I would go to the next one. And I would go forward.
Okay, gotcha.
And then to get the ones that we've missed, you just go back.
All right.
Through it. So come up and go back. So either way works. It looks just fine.
It looks great.
So then I'm going to secure the end again with just my adhesive. Press it down into the adhesive. Cut it, and then add some washi tape to it. And then I was just going to put this right on the card front, And we have a really, make sure I have it the right way. And we have a really cute card.
What an adorable card.
With just a little bit of a personalization there. So a
Wow.
really cute card.
That's adorable.
In
So
about 5 minutes. So
very nice. Very nice. So for those of you who like stitching, you have friends that are sewers or quilters, this is a fun technique. They would surely appreciate the stitching that you've added. And then they'd be like, how did you do that?
exactly, exactly. And now,
I love it.
I'm going to show you a couple different ways you can incorporate stitching. I've got a little Home Sweet Home mini book. I've just gone all the way around, so I've just followed the shape of the page on this, and I've done it on each of the pages.
Holy
here.
smokes. Oh my gosh. Wow.
So it
Oh
goes all the way
my
around
goodness.
on that.
Wow.
So that's kind of fun to add, a nice little texture, to the paper. A little bit of visual interest there too.
It's amazing. I love it.
So
I
there's that one.
love it. Very nice. Very nice.
And then this one, I've added, die cut the waves. Here I've stitched around the circle.
Gosh. Wow.
And then as we go through it, taken one of these cut aparts here, and I've just stitched around this part,
Oh my goodness.
which
Okay.
is so easy to do. And then, just a little journaling thing there that you can write about the fun you're having in the summer.
Oh my
And then
goodness.
there's my little boys.
Oh, they're so adorable.
And then on this one,
Oh my gosh.
I traced out the waves and stitched the waves. So you can, stitch your different shapes.
Sure.
And that
Oh
sort
my
of thing, and then
goodness.
just straight across on that.
Wow. Wow.
And then on this last one, made the tag, and I just stitched across some of the strips of paper.
Do you only do hand stitching, or do you?
I don't own a machine.
You don't own a machine, so if you want stitching, you've got to hand
do it
stitch
by hand, yep.
Oh my gosh! Well, I love the look of that a lot.
And I do, and I do it on almost all my pages and things.
Gosh. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Well, let's take a look at this
Yeah.
layout here.
This one with the waves and the different, tried to match up the colors of thread with the waves. I use the Simple Stories Simple Vintage Coastal. Beautiful, beautiful papers. So pretty. And just, I think the stitching just really helps pop the color out in those. Now, if you're going to do waves on a page like this, the one thing I've learned is that you don't want to line your waves up so that they're exact all the way across. Instead, where one goes up, you want the other to come down.
Okay.
Because then it actually gives you that flow.
Okay.
Instead of everything matchy-matchy.
That's a very good tip. I would not have thought about that. A very good tip. Why don't you explain that one more time while I zoom in?
On the waves?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want them to match exactly. So you don't want the high wave matching a high wave here. So you want to go just the opposite. So as one comes up, the one above it goes down. As one comes up, it goes down.
Yeah, I love that. What a beautiful page. The thread that she used is DMC.
DMC floss.
Okay. And she uses 3 strands.
3 strands.
Because you get, excuse me, you
6
get
in
like,
them. Yeah, it's a 6-strand embroidery floss. And then when you cut your floss, I usually, to whatever length you want, I'll usually just put it over my finger, and then I would separate it out into the 3 strands that I want to use.
okay.
And then you just take it off that way. You thread your needle, which I won't do right now because you can't see it. But then you just kind of separate your strands out to make, the more you can separate them, the flatter they'll lay and the more coverage you'll get.
Oh,
it's
that's
always-
a good tip. That's
So,
a
yeah.
great tip. Okay.
Alrighty, so there's that.
And then do you use any special needle? Just
It's
one?
an embroidery needle.
Okay.
It's I think usually like around a size 7 is
Okay.
what I like to use. But I just have like, I don't know, a collection of embroidery needles. You can just buy a bunch of them if you can't find that size. You want to
Okay.
use one that's that's a little dull, the embroidery floss that's dull,
Okay.
or the embroidery needle that's a little dull, because the sharp, like a regular needle, the sharp one, it can tear your paper a little easier.
Okay. All
And
right.
you want to make sure that you pre-punch your holes. Always pre-punch the holes.
And let me
Again,
see.
if you don't, you'll tend to tear your paper.
I don't know how to get this so they can see the tip, but in person you can see it is a little dull, but I'm trying to figure out where to do that so it's, so yeah, it's not going to focus on it.
And then the other thing is when you are stitching on your papers, you don't want to go through more than about 2 layers of paper.
Okay,
So
good
like
tip.
on these, I did each, you can see that my
There's
stitching lines kind of separated out. So each one is done individually. I didn't put it together and then stitched. I did 1 and then 2.
Holy cow.
Because otherwise you're going to be going through like 4 layers when you get to different.
And that would be too much.
Yep.
Yeah, you'd hurt your hands. Plus you'd probably rip your paper.
Yes, yes. And here again, when you do stitch on something that has corners, you always want to make sure that you punch your corners first, and then you can then lay your ruler down, and you sometimes have to shimmy it just a little bit to adjust it, but you do want to make sure that the stitches going up to your corners match.
Got it. That's yeah, because your everything is so crisp.
So that's really an important part. Just make sure that, and when you do a peak like this, you want to make sure that your stitch comes to the top.
Good.
You don't want to go across. So
Good point.
always do that. That's one of the places you want your floss to meet.
How nice. Do you want
So-
to show this lady?
Yeah, this is one kind of a patchwork quilt using the lemon twist, which is so fun. I just love it.
The lemon twist is
The colors are
simple
so
stories.
pretty.
It is beautiful. It's a very new color combination. You don't see very many scrapbooking lines with these
The
colors.
teal is so pretty, and of course the black and white gingham. That'll get me every time. As you
Me
can see
too.
with my washi tape.
Yep,
And
yep.
So here again, I just took my pencil lines, punched pierced my holes, erased the pencil lines, and then took off with the stitching.
Wow.
So your back looks like this.
But nobody's ever going to see it. But
Exactly.
your lines are so
Exactly.
straight. Look at that. That's a work of art just on the back.
So here on this one especially, you'll see like where the stitching intersects. You want to make sure that those lines meet up so that they're nice and even. So usually when I use my ruler
Okay.
and measure my lines, I could just go like 1/8 of an inch in. And it's easy to do that with the Tim Holtz ruler because he's got an 1/8 inch line right there.
Okay.
And you can see through it. So you
right.
just line that up with the edge of your paper, and then you start doing your punching. And on this again, I always want to make sure that I punch the corners
Okay.
first to make
All
sure
right.
that my stitching fits through there.
Good idea. Okay, there's a few questions. First of all, they want to know how long does it take? Like, for instance, how long did it take you to do that page?
It took me to do the stitching on the page itself. Now, I know I'll have a lot of friends laughing like, ha ha ha, because it takes me a long time to scrap. But the stitching on the page, I actually punched all the drew the lines, punched all the holes, and then I went out into the living room with my husband and watched the Olympics one night. So it took me about 3 hours total to do it.
All right.
But I waste a lot of time.
But
it's really pretty.
But it's absolutely gorgeous. And you know what? It's fun to do a couple masterpieces
Yeah.
like this and maybe put them in a frame, put them out so everybody can admire it. Now, would you be able to show us again how you did the holes, how you lined it up? I don't know if you just want to use scratch paper.
I'll do it right here.
This is under Sizzix and Tools.
Okay, the die pick that she uses to punch the holes is Sizzix and Tools, Diane said. There's, yeah, okay, that was the same thing.
So we'll just pretend we're going to do a stitching line along here. Well,
Okay.
actually, we'll go across the top since the B's at the bottom.
All right.
So this is going to be, we'll pretend that this is a pencil line there. And then I'm
Okay.
going to line up. I usually like to have a little bit of my ruler off to the side. I don't like to go from there if I don't have to. But I'll line it up and make sure that my marks on the corners are going to be right with the corners. So there and there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I've already kind of punched some holes there. So I'm going to start here. And then I'm going to go every 1/8 inch. And the ruler has 1/8 inch markings, so you can see those. Sometimes black paper is a little bit harder.
And can you explain why you don't use the holes that are in the ruler?
You can use them if you want. I have, and that's really how I started, was by using those holes.
Okay.
But I have found that I can't see my pencil line as well through the holes. And as I punched through, my ruler tended to slide a little bit.
Okay.
And so then I wasn't getting the straight line that I wanted to get. So it's kind of trial and error.
You just
do
got to
how
do
you wanna
what
do it.
works best for
Yes,
you. Yep.
exactly. So yeah, we'll just go through the 1/8 inch. And like I said, I usually just do little marks to begin with, because then if I'm not exact where I want to be, I haven't completely ruined it by making, the big holes.
And then
And
she
then I would
goes
just
back,
go back and then make,
bigger holes.
make my holes.
And do you feel like you have to, since you're going to be going through with a needle? Do you feel like you have to, or could you just use your little small holes that you
No,
did?
you need to do the bigger holes, because if you
Okay.
try to go through the smaller ones, you're going to end up tearing your paper.
Ah.
The needle's not going to be able to go through. So,
Good to know. That's
so
another
you do
good
need
tip.
you need the bigger holes to make sure your needle can come through with the 3 strands of floss without tearing it.
Very good. Thank you.
So-
Thank you.
But
Well-
like on this card here, to do this was a pencil line that I drew, and this probably took me 3 minutes to stitch. I did it while you guys were showing new product.
Yeah, you did.
So-
I was watching you. Uh-huh.
So it
She did.
does go quickly if you want it to.
Wow. Wow.
Sometimes I just kind of take my time just to enjoy the process.
Yeah, that's right. If you enjoy it, that's all that matters.
But yeah, so
And Peggy
Well,
has some
Patrick,
more stuff.
different
and
ways that you can use it. I mean, I've kind of brainstormed different ways that you can use stitching in your layouts. A lot of my layouts, you'll see that I use it as a border all the way around the page. And one other tip to help save time, on this one, my stitching line really just starts about here and goes around, ends there, starts here, ends there. I don't stitch where the paper's going to cover it.
I'd have paper all the way around and stitch about that.
But this one is all the way around. You'll see a lot of my pages do have that. This one is a little bit different. It goes all the way around that way. But I've just added little hearts, just
That's-
a little bit of visual interest. I mean, you can
I
add
was gonna say,
stars. You can
that's
add
such a
any kind
cool-
of shape to it.
What a neat idea. I
But-
love it.
So that was kind of fun. Other ways you can use the stitching, like on the wave that I did here, just to do a shape on your page.
When you did the circle,
I did the
here,
circle. And like if you have a sun, you can use it on the rays of the sun. For
a
the
good
tailgate,
idea.
if you came to the tailgate and you had pictures, the grill, you can use it for the smoke.
Oh, that's a cute idea.
You can, as I've done, like on this one, you can follow the shape that is in something. This is just a cutout. If it's got a rounded shape, like if I wanted to go around this, I could do that, just to bring it out a little bit more. And you can, like the wind blowing or a ball bouncing, you can use your
that's a
stitching
cute
to do
idea.
that too, just to kind of bring it a little bit of life. I know the Christmas papers that you guys showed, you can have Christmas ornaments hanging from the top with the stitching lines coming down.
that would be neat.
That's kind of a neat thing. At Halloween, a spider web or a spider.
Oh,
coming
that's a
down from the
great
web.
idea.
So you can use it in so many different ways.
Do you put your pictures on first and then stitch, or do you stitch and
I usually
then...
stitch first.
Okay.
Usually I kind of lay things out on my layout without the pictures, without using adhesive to stick them down. So if I'm going to go, like if I were going across these banner strips, I would kind of figure out where my picture was going to go, make real light lines, and then only go to that.
Okay.
Because otherwise it just gets to be a little too bumpy to put embellishments or a photo over.
Right,
So I
right.
do that way.
And Darla suggested when you're stitching, maybe you could stitch in some sequins.
Yes. Oh gosh, yes, absolutely. That
that'd
would
be
be a
fun.
great idea.
I think they want to see some more of your pages.
Okay, well, this one, this was the first time I tried to do waves. And when you do the rounded parts, the curved parts, again, you want to make sure your stitches are just a little bit closer together. And on this layout, obviously, you're not going to be able to use your Tim Holtz ruler because it's not a straight line. So you
Right.
kind of have to eyeball them.
Okay.
And I actually
Oh, it looks
did
beautiful.
it when it was, I had already put these strips on the paper and then stitched, rather than like stitch and then put them on.
Okay. That was
Because
probably
I
a little
wanted
bit
that,
easier.
I wanted just a little bit thicker, and I wanted things to lay down.
Wow. It's pretty on the back, too. Oh, my goodness. All right.
So here's some of my layouts. Like I said,
Do you
use
have
as a
any more
banner.
in here we can
Yeah,
see?
they all are.
Oh,
in
my
here.
goodness. Everybody wants to see your pages.
You can use it on a masculine page too. It isn't just, family. I just use it to extend the lines of the border strips, and actually to me they look like the yard markers on a football field. So
They're really fun, and here they are. Oh, my
but here's
goodness.
another cute thing I did here. If you have memorabilia that you want to use, I made the photos into a pocket so I could put his roster in there.
That's neat. I like that.
So that just kind of hides there.
Very fun. All right. Oh my goodness! Look at all the
And
stitching
here, this is
here.
just, on a grid, just to kind of bring out a little bit of color.
And we've mentioned before that Peggy likes to use 6x6 paper pads.
Yep.
She does not use large pieces of paper.
Although I buy them all the time. I always buy the big parts in the collection. I tend to use the 6x6 parts. Well, Simple Stories make 6x8, which is really nice too. Because I'm always afraid to cut into the big ones because it's so pretty. But
Baby giggles are the best. Oh my gosh.
in here, I just around each of the squares.
Wow. For a baby page and like a quilt. Oh
Yes,
my gosh.
Yeah, the quilt.
And this is all like die cut.
Yes. Yep.
Love that.
And here again, oops, that kind of bent. But here on this strip, this is these are two 6x6 put together, and
But you'd never see it. Right there is where she pieced it together.
right there.
Wow. Wow. Is it hard to poke through the adhesive on the back
No.
of your, okay?
Nope.
Good
I
to
don't
know.
even notice as I poke my holes. I don't even notice where the adhesive is.
And here she's got
All the way around.
stitching all the way around.
I made them blow out their own, or light their candles and blow them out too.
And there's some more stitching around the edge. Her layouts.
You know,
I wish you
like
guys
on a
could see
birthday
these.
candle, you can bring smoke, or you can whatever works that way.
Have you used any other thread besides DMC?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think when I separate it out, it doesn't seem to separate out as easily to me. And it tends to knot up a little bit more. So that's why I stick with the DMC. Plus, I was a cross stitcher before I was a scrapbooker, and I have a lot of DMC floss. So, a great way to use it up.
Right.
And this one, we instead of going all the way around, we just highlighted one area there.
I like that. And look at these are vellum circles that she punched and then put snowflakes in the middle of them.
in enamel dots because I love enamel dots.
You gotta look at these layouts.
And here, just
Okay.
one section of the layout, just to kind of highlight that.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
It's 6 by 6 that matched up.
Oh my gosh. It's amazing. It's amazing. Oh, and that's the new font. I
Yes,
love
it's-
that font. It's a
It's Tim
Sizzix
Holtz,
font.
yep.
Neat.
And on this one, if I'd have been thinking,
Yep.
I could have stitched into the leaves too, some of the veins in the leaves. So if you have like even a larger die cut that might be a leaf or something like that, you can stitch in those lines too,
Great idea.
just to bring some textural interest to the page.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, I like that, how she stitched around the page right
This
there.
is outside of the paper and then the inside of the paper.
Oh
And if I'd have been
gosh.
thinking when I put the hearts on here, I could have stitched lines like for raindrops.
Oh. Oh, what a cute, cute layout. Okay. Now she created a frame with
I do that a lot with just 12 by 1/4. Actually, it's 11.5 by 1/4.
11.5 by 1/4, and it's a 1/4 inch. And she just miters the corners.
I only do it on two sides. I'll put like the top one is.
All right.
I don't miter that. I put that on there,
Okay.
and then when I take my side piece, I'll put that up against it, make a little pencil mark, and then miter
you
that
miter
one.
that one.
And that
Okay.
way you don't have to worry about matching up the miters.
Uh-huh.
You already have it done.
Oh my gosh. Let me pull back here so they can see the whole page. That's really a fun layout. I'm sorry, there's so much glare, but love, love, love. Could you make French knots or would you tear the
yeah.
paper?
No, you can do that. I think you can do that because you're coming up in the same hole that you're going down.
Okay.
This one is just,
Wow.
I just stitched across some banners and through there just to add a little bit of texture to the page.
This is a fun layout. Wow. Look at how she just added a circle. Let's see. Let me try to get the glare. A circle and then
And these
just
are all
a partial.
Sizzix. That's all Sizzix dies too,
Wow.
and Tim Holtz ones.
Peggy, we need to make some copies of your pictures, some color copies, and put these up. I hope you guys can see this. They're just amazing. Gosh. Very, very neat.
And on this
Oh,
one,
my
I just
goodness.
stitched across the banner strips.
Very nice. Holy smokes, you are getting, everybody's like, so beautiful. I love your
No
layouts.
stitching on this one yet, but when Kelly and I were talking this is really a very easy page to do. You just cut I think it's 1/2 inch
Okay.
strips, and then you just punch. You can cut the banner, or you can use the punch.
Okay.
For the end of the banner strip.
What you could use is this.
Yep.
But
To
what
cut your-
what a fun layout. How easy is this, but so creative.
And I mean, a great way to use scraps,
That's a very good idea.
or even the little strips on the bottom of the papers.
Oh yeah.
You
yeah.
know, where it has the name
Uh-huh.
of it, and you have a little bit. I use that a lot too. To just
Oh my gosh. But how, okay, those are just so perfect. All your edges.
and then just ink the edges up. Just
Gosh. Oh my goodness. And there's some chipboard, some layered chipboard in the corner. Oh my goodness.
and this paper I just love because it's like the same as this one.
Oh
The
yeah.
same thing. I even use the same dies or the
Gosh.
same chipboard. I didn't realize I bought it twice.
Well, that means you loved it.
Yep.
You wouldn't be the first customer to do that.
And this doesn't have any stitching on it either, but this is another 6 by 6. But it just happened
Oh
to be
my
in the album,
gosh.
so.
Wow. I just want to sit and scrapbook with your album right beside me
sure.
and copy all your layouts because they're amazing.
I use a lot of sketches when I do my layouts because why reinvent the wheel and think everything up?
So where do
So-
you find your sketches?
A lot of them are online.
So like in Pinterest, or you just Google. What do you look up?
I will just look up, scrapbook layouts. In the days of Basic Gray, Kelly Gorhey was one that I really followed a lot. Right now I follow Allison Davis a lot. Page maps.
Yep.
I think Becky, it used to be Becky Fleck, I can't remember her last name now, but I think she designs for Photoplay.
Okay. Really? Oh my gosh, I can't think of it, but I know who you're talking about. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Huh.
Vicky Booten, I love her too.
Yep.
Yeah, is that right? Vicky Booten, yeah.
Wow.
Her Christmas line is so pretty.
They can't wait to go home and try your ideas.
Do it, yes, do it. Try it. Let me know how you like it.
Just so many wonderful layouts.
Because it's going to, it really changed how I scrapbooked when I started doing the stitching on the pages, and I just really enjoy it. It's a way just to bring that color and play with color and things. So.
All right, very good. Well, they want me to take photos of your pages because they're all so inspired. They want to just go scrapbook. Thank you so much, Peggy. We love when you come in. Your designs are amazing. Your techniques, we just love it all. So thank you for sharing with us.
You're very welcome.
And inspiring all of us.
I love coming down here and doing this. It's fun.
Good, good. Well, let's get another one on the books for you. Get another one on the calendar. Thank you, Peggy. Have a wonderful day, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow. We are open today until 7 for those of you who are in the area. And we will be back tomorrow. Gosh, is Janet here tomorrow? We're going to have to start looking at the calendar and posting it over here so we can let everybody know who's coming up. All right. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.